Jez, great to see you. Thanks for sparing some time to chat to us and the fans. So almost 4 months to the day that you stood on that pitch at Old Trafford and you experienced the disappointment of grand final defeat. 4 months on, what does that memory do for you as you prepare to start this season?
I think it's just motivation, and I think it is for the full team really. We've had a real good pre-season with that in the back of our minds, just to see where we need to improve, and yeah, we've had a look at a lot of things, and we've had a real strong pre-season, so I think it's just motivation for us all, and I think we're all ready to go now.
How do you reflect on what you did manage to do? As much as the ultimate goal was winning it, that didn't happen, but you still got there for the first time in the club's history. How do you reflect on how you achieved that?
No, I think it's nice to get there. It's nice to see all the support we got, but at the end of the day, we was unable to bring the trophy back to East Hull. So yeah, that's not the best, and that's what we want to do. We don't want to go there and just be passengers and say, oh, we did well getting there. We want to get to these games and we want to win them. So obviously that's the goal this year, and we'll try our best to do that.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's not just been about making up the numbers. Are you someone who can take an experience like that and view it positively and draw on it, or is it one to bury away and focus on what you can do next?
I think you've got to learn from your experiences, or else I think they'll stay with you if you let them get you down. I think you've got to learn from it, put it to bed, and then work even harder and look where you need to improve on. And I feel like we've done that, and hopefully we can show it this year and get in them big games again.
How's Willie gone about addressing it with you and the rest of the players?
I think just the same really. I think he had the same attitude, and I think a lot of the lads did. You could see the way the boys went away and came back first day pre-season, that everyone was motivated and was all on the same page, so that was good to see. And yeah, I think it's just carried on through the pre-season.
But with greater success comes greater expectation, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We're expected to win these games and get into the finals and semi-finals, so it's something what we've got to deal with, that pressure internally, and yeah, hopefully we can do that.
How equipped do you feel you are as a team to handle that expectation?
I think it's not like the first year we've been in a final. We was at Wembley, and so I think there was expectation last year which we dealt with, and then we've got to another final, so I think the expectation is there with this team now and this club, so I think the boys are getting used to that, and I feel like the more big games you play, the more experience you get in the games, and the more chilled you become in that environment.
When you talk about that squad, as much as you've lost some key experienced players, the likes of Ryan Hall, Matt Parcell, you've made some additions to that as well. I'll talk about a couple of the individuals shortly, but as a whole, those additions to the squad, what have you made of it?
Yeah, great. They've all been unreal, really. I don't think any of them's missed a training session all pre-season. Just the work they've put in, and you can tell that they've got the bit between the teeth as well. They've all got experience in big games. A lot of them have won grand finals as well, so it's great to get them in and yeah, just learn off them as well.
And obviously with personal interest at your position, how do you see the arrival of Michael McIlorum?
Yeah, it's been good. It's like nice to learn off him. Obviously he's had a long successful career, so it's good to pick his brains, and yeah, it was good to play with him on Friday night, and hopefully we can get a good combination going in the year.
It's interesting hearing you say that, because that was going to be my follow-up question about what you can still learn from him. You're, 27 next month, is that right?
Yeah,
in March?
Yeah.
Over 160 games as well, so you're no slouch in that department, but you still view that as being able to sort of almost sit under the learning tree of someone who's been there at the next level of the game?
Yeah, I think you can never stop learning really, and I think Mick he's got like 10 years on me, so I think just you can pick up anything, can't you? And yeah, just to see how he goes about his business, how tough he is, and yeah, just the way he is, it's good to pick that stuff up, and hopefully I could pass some on to him maybe as well. So no, it's good to work with him, and yeah, I get along with him well.
I love the little smirk on your face when you said he had 10 years on you as well.
He's still a fit kid though, yeah. Still, he hasn't lost his fitness at all, so yeah, that's been good.
Has any of that surprised you?
Not really, just the way he trains. With all the boys that have come in, you can tell you don't play until you're 37 unless you're a good professional and playing in the middle as well. So that's off to them boys doing that.
Well, speaking of experience, what does having a player like Warea-Hargreaves side by side with you do for this team?
It's unreal, really, just to walk out with a player like Jared. Another one who's not missed a session all pre-season. He's been leading the way in the rest of those sessions. He's got me a couple of times, so I'm glad that pre-season's over and I can sort of be on his team now and we can go into battle together. But yeah, looking forward to it. We've got some great middles in the team, not just Jared. A lot of the boys from last year as well. So yeah, same as last year. Can't wait to walk out with them.
Did that leave you regretting a few of your life choices at times?
Yeah. When you're in the dark pre-season days and you're in the little sweat wrestle room and I've got all them big boys around me, yeah, you start questioning a little bit.
I've really enjoyed listening. We've had a chat with him. I didn't do it personally, but really enjoyed chatting to him. He comes, for someone who's got the experience and that sort of stature in the game, he comes across as quite down to earth. Is that how he comes across with you guys as well?
Yeah, he is definitely. He's good with the young boys. He's offering his experience to all of us, and he takes on information good as well. So it's good to have someone like that, where they're approachable as well. If they've got all like that experience, and the young boys feel like they can go and speak to him as well, I think it's massive.
But with that kind of star power again in that side, how much of a target does that put on you as a team, and how much do you welcome it?
Yeah, I think you've got to welcome it. I think we've had a few stars in our team the past few years, so I think we'll just embrace it like we have in recent years.
Yeah. Talking about experience, you've had England experience now. How much of a motivator is that for you to be involved again?
Yeah, definitely. For me, England's the pinnacle. Representing your country is the highest standard you can do, and I loved it when I could be in the camp and represent my country, and that'll always be the biggest goal for me.
And we mentioned about the age, you seem to be at that right age at the moment, and with the experience of the games you played and with what this team's doing, do you feel you're in the right place and at just the right time of your career to be making the most of that opportunity now? Yeah,
hopefully, yeah. I've just got to perform well, and there's a lot of good competition in the Super League. I've just got to worry about my game and my club form, and hopefully the rest can take care of itself.
Well, we wish you luck with that, and we'll see how it goes. A lot could obviously depend on how this season looks for you and the team. As we get ready for it, what's your feeling ahead of this season opener?
Just excited, like every year. Like I say, when you've had the long pre-season, the boys are just chomping at the bit, and we can't wait to get out and to be able to do it at home as well. It'll be massive with the fans. So I think we've missed them, and yeah, it'll be good to see them singing in full force.
Yeah, I asked Willie this, how important and how much of a boost is it to start at home?
Yeah, I think everyone knows it in the league. Coming here is a tough game, and yeah, our fans are like an extra man on the pitch, so yeah, it'll be massive for us, and we love playing at home, so I can't wait for it.
And I know there's been a lot of talk and maybe a bit of banter and winding up from perhaps the other side of the city about the little extension on the East Stand, but a few extra fans in the East Stand, that's only going to add to it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's unreal. It's great to see as well in Super League, when you're having to extend your stadium to get more fans in. It's great for the game, and yeah, the more we can do that, hopefully at other clubs as well, it's just great for the sport.
What did last week's cup action do to get you prepared for this one?
I think it was good. We had a good arm wrestle with York. York are no mugs in the Championship. They've got some Super League experience in there as well, so it was a tough game. The boys dug in, and it was great to get the win, and I think it's put us in good stead for this week.
It's not the first time we've seen it. We've seen it previously where there's been a cup game before, but it's not that often. Has it changed the approach? Has it changed the mindset at all when you're going about it that way?
No, I think it was good because it's the Challenge Cup in it, so it was like just as big as a league game really, because we want to do well in the Challenge Cup, and it's something what we want to challenge for. So I think having that mindset of like a must-win game put us in good stead for this week.
On a broader scale, as much as it's obviously good for you and helped you get ready for this week, for the community clubs, for those lower league clubs as well, how good is it for the competition? Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's good to get Super League teams going out to these other stadiums and yeah, taking a lot of fans, and they make a big occasion for it. I came to the West Hull game at the weekend, which was great, seeing nearly 6,000 fans there, which was unreal. So I think yeah, it's massive for the game, and hopefully we get to do it again. I hope you weren't one of the ones who ended up getting in for free. The tenner came out. Yeah, tenner came out. That was a great site, though, wasn't it, for one of our local community sites?
Yeah, I think it just shows how big rugby league is in Hull as well, and I think it's something we can use more because we've got two massive clubs in the city, and yeah, whenever there's a game on, the club support it, so it'd be good to see more games getting brought to Hull because we have something here what we could use more, and I feel like it'd be better for the sport.
As far as the opponents for this one, I know you'll have the utmost respect as a fellow pro and everything else, but two teams going into it with expectations very much at a different end of the scale. How do you approach a game like this?
I think we just approach it how we've approached every first game of every year. Like I say, we've had our pre-season, we want to play, and yeah, I think you just got to go into it like you would any other game, and Castle will be a tough game. They always are. They always give us a good performance. I think when we only beat them by a point last year, and then we've had tough games with them at home as well. So it'll be a tough game, and yeah, both teams will be ready. It's the first game of Super League.
What stands out for them, and particularly when they're coming off the back of that disappointment of last week as well?
Yeah. I know that they've got a lot of strengths. They've got a lot of boys who used to be here as well. So I think they'll want to come back to our ground and have a good performance. So yeah, we're going to have to be on top of our game for it.
Almost with a bit of a point to prove, Sam Wood, the captain, coming out and apologising as well on behalf. That kind of puts a bit of focus on them, doesn't it? When already at this stage they're having to apologise to the fans for a performance as well. It puts extra spotlight on a team, doesn't it?
Not too much really. I think they'll be ready for first game of the season, like we are as well. And yeah, it's great to see Woody captaining Cass. He was a good mate of mine when he was here, and I think he deserves it. He's a great professional, so it'll be good to see him, but hopefully he don't have the best of games on Friday night.
I saw the chuckle on your face when I mentioned his name, yeah. But as you said, you hope he doesn't have a good game in this one, but in general, you touched on it there, how pleasing to see that progression he's made to be one of the leaders in that team. Yeah,
definitely. He got his international cap last year as well, which was unreal to see, and then he suffered with an injury, but for him to get the captaincy there, it's something he's worked hard for. He's a great pro and yeah, a good pal as well, so it'd be nice to see him on Friday, but hopefully we're on the winning side.
Of course, and you'll see a couple of your former coaching staff as well, in particular their head coach. Now, Danny Maguire, your thoughts on his ascension to that position?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to work with Mags for like many years. I've got so much respect for him. He gave me a lot of opportunities here. Yeah, so I wish him all the best. Same as Woody, just not on Friday.
Of course. Nothing guaranteed with a week one win because it's a long season, but as a player, when you've built it up for months with a cold, hard pre-season, as you said, what would it do to kick-start things with a win?
Yeah, I think every team in the league will be going into this game. They want to put into place everything what they've done in the pre-season. They want to get it right on the first game. So I think everyone's going into this game with the same goal. It's just pulling it off.
And you said to me before we started this that you'll have a new member of the family for the first game as well, away from the playing side of it. You're a new dad, congratulations. Betsy born in November. How is the little one, first of all?
No, she's great. She's healthy and she's finding her voice a lot now, so I'm getting a few smiles off her, which is good. And yeah, it'll be great to have her down here for a first game. So.
She kicked off, didn't she, the first day you were going back for pre-season training? Did I read that almost like she knew?
Yeah, she'd slept well all the way through, and then the night before pre-season, I think she knew her dad was going back, so she started screaming.
What's it done for you? Not as a rugby player, but as a dad, as a human being, what's that done for you, that experience?
No, I think I said before as well, I just want to do her proud so she can grow up and just say her dad did this, and yeah, I think she's my purpose, and everything I do now, I just want to make her proud. So yeah.
We often talk to sports people, particularly in rugby league and football in our case, who have become new parents. You will experience it. You've not had that opportunity yet, but when maybe the going is getting a bit tough during the season, do you think it's going to help you kind of focus on what really matters and leave the sports side at the door at times?
Yeah, I think there was a few times in pre-season as well, like tough days, and you're feeling sorry for yourself, and you come home and you look at her and you think that's why I'm doing it. So yeah, I think There'll be tough times. It's a roller coaster in the season where it'll be tough, and yeah, hopefully she can get me through it. I can look at her and think, yeah, you're the reason why I'm doing it. So yeah.
Great stuff. It's really nice to hear. Let me finish with this one then. Final question. When we get to about 8 o'clock on Saturday the 11th of October, what will people be saying about Hull Kingston Rovers?
Hopefully Saturday the 11th of October. Is that the grand final date?
Yeah.
Hopefully we have our fans there. Hopefully we're in preparations for a grand final again. It's going to come off the back of us. It's how much we want it and how much we're going to be disciplined throughout the year. And yeah, I think that's it really. I can't say too much apart from that. I think if we put in the work throughout the year, we'll be involved in these big games.
Good stuff. Best of luck with it, Jez. Cheers for your time.
Mate, thank you. See ya.
Top man.
Hi Jez, you alright?
Hi mate, alright.
You mentioned there about you'll be in the era of Mickey Mac and you've learned a lot. 'Cause obviously, you know, he's had such a brilliant career. But on the other side, have you had Bill Leyland in your ear trying to pick up little things and pieces? And how's he fared so far?
Yeah, I've done a lot of work with Bill as well. We've done like some one-on-one stuff, and Mickey's pulled in for some one-on-one stuff as well. It's sort of similar to, we had Matt Parcell last year, and he's a strong direct runner like Matty was. So yeah, it's been good to work with him. He's a real nice kid as well, and he's always eager to learn. So it'd be good to bring him on, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be able to add a lot into the team.
And aside from him, I mean, you can pick him, I suppose, but which signing that you've made so far that's joined the team in the pre-season has impressed the most in the pre-season, and you maybe didn't expect them to bring as much as what they've done, like in terms of it can be either on-field or off-field influence?
I think that's a tough one because we've got so many players that have impressed throughout the pre-season and in the games last week as well, all in different ways. I think you've got the experienced boys who bring a lot of leadership and talk, like Jared and Mickey. Then you've got Tom Davis, I didn't realise how big Tom was and how strong he is. I just can't believe how much of a beast he is. So it's nice to get him in after we lost Hawley last year, who was sort of similar. So it's nice to get him in. Then you've got Rhyse Martin, who we saw last Friday, who had a great game. So I think they all bring stuff in different ways, and yeah, so I'm just looking forward to working with them all.
And then just looking at the competition elsewhere, what signing that a different team has made that is the player you're most excited to sort of watch, and how do you think they'll go? It could be former teammate. I mean, how do you think Ryan Hall's going to go back at Leeds potentially?
Yeah, I think it'll be a strange one. Seeing Ryan Hall at Leeds, obviously I've been with him most of my time at OKR, and like some of the boys we've got now, I learned so much off him, just how to conduct yourself at training and away from training as well. So yeah, it'll be different seeing him on the opposing team, and yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes.